Hello everyone, and welcome to your first video on logarithms. Now, logarithms is abbreviated LOG. It's usually written in all smaller letters, all lowercase letters, but it doesn't have to be, but it often is. And even though we can all spell the word log, it is important that smart mathematicians also understand how to spell the whole word. So let's take a look at it. Log, that's the first place that people miss. Log, and then we have ri, and then we have thumbs, which is a very cool syllable because it has no vowels in it, which just cracks me up. So logarithms, that is how you spell the word. Log is how you abbreviate the word. Okay, now there are probably two questions that you have. What is a logarithm, and when do we use logarithms? Those are both excellent questions. However, I am not going to answer the first one. Why? Well, because this first one is a hard question. It's one of those things where it's really easier for you to learn how to use logarithms, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about what exactly is a logarithm. So first we're going to learn how to do it, and then we're going to come back and we're going to learn exactly what it is. However, I can answer this question. When do we use logarithms? And the answer to that is when we are calculating exponents. So, this whole chapter is all about calculating an exponent. Now, I don't want you to be too scared about this because there are some exponents that are really easy to calculate. For instance, if I gave you this problem and I did not give you any help at all and you know nothing more about logarithms than how to spell them, could you tell me what x equals? I'm going to wait for a second. You should feel free to use your calculator. Okay, hopefully you figured out that x equals 3. Why? Well, because 2 to the third equals 8, right? That would be 2 times 2 times 2, and that equals 8. So you were able to figure out, I hope, that x equals 3, right? You were able to do that in your head just because we've spent a lot of time multiplying 2's together in our lifetime. So we're cool with that. Let's do another one. Let's do this one. How about 5 to the x equals 25? Can you tell me what x equals? X equals 2, right, because 5 squared is 25. So you calculated x. Good job. Now, the problem is that math is not always easy enough to do in our heads. So, for instance, what if I gave you this problem? 5 to the x equals 78,125. Do you know what that is right off the top of your head? Okay, I'll give you another second. Now do you know what it is? No, you don't. X is not a big number and it's not a weird number. It's 7. But this is not something that we typically walk around with as knowledge easily accessible to us. 5 to the 7th equals 78,125. So this is where logs come in, is because we want to be able to calculate x even when it's a big number, or in this case, a small number that still manages to be intimidating. So that is when we have to start using logs, okay? It's when we're trying to calculate the exponent. All right, so let's do just a couple of examples here so that you can get the hang of doing this. Can you figure these out? Let me see, how many should I give you? I'll give you 4. There you go. Can you do those? Well, hopefully you can. 3 to the what is 27? Well, you know 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. 3 times 3 times 3. So in this case, x equals 3. So you could say 3 to the third equals 27, and you solved for x. Okay, how about 4 to the x equals 1? Oh, this is a good one. Whenever we want it to equal 1 and we have an exponent, what do we make our x equal? 4 to the 0 equals 1, and we solved x equals 0. How about this one? 9 squared equals 81, right? Because 9 times 9 is 81. And then here's another one of these equals 1 things. 15 to the 0 equals 1. All right, so let's remember that sometimes we need to calculate exponents, and logs is what we're going to use so that we can do that in case the numbers are too big to be in our head. That's all we're doing. In the next video, you'll learn a little bit how to actually start doing that.